Hello there and welcome back to the Chaps Guide. My name is Ash and I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. And today it is my intention to give you 7 quick and simple tips that will enhance your style journey through life. Because, you know, the world is a surfeit of information. If you're interested in learning more about dressing well, being a little more stylish, there's so much information out there that you can be drawn into a mire of conflicting viewpoints, where there are so many people who've got a different agenda, a different mindset that they're trying to push onto you. So today, fear not, I am going to give you some simple tips that will stand you in good stead on your journey to becoming that intentionally well-dressed man that you know you can be. Now, my first tip, and undoubtedly the most important, is keep it simple. Because as I have been on my own sartorial journey through life, I've come to realise repeatedly that the more simple you keep things, the more stylish you tend to look. In my mind, simple actually does mean stylish. And you know this, because how many times have you heard the expression, less is more, particularly when it comes to dressing? And you know, I'll give you a scenario. If you've ever stood in front of a mirror when getting dressed to go out, and you look at your ensemble of clothing and you think to yourself, should I add an extra fancy item, perhaps a more garish pocket square, or a more lavish tie, or another ring to my finger, or anything of that nature? The answer is probably, certainly going to be no, don't do it. Keep it simple, because simple, clean, elegant lines with less fuss, less bother, less unnecessary flamboyance will undoubtedly make you look more stylish. My second tip is a quick one, but it's very important. Dark coloured trousers tend to work best. If you're talking about slacks, chinos, jeans, keep the colours on the darker end of the scale, because they are your friends when it comes to looking smart and stylish. Dark colours below the waist tend to elongate the look of the body, and they focus the attention on the upper half of the body, where you tend to have the accessories and the colours which will draw the eye. Lighter coloured trousers, such as very light coloured khaki trousers, white trousers, or pastel coloured trousers, they tend to be an ill-informed wardrobe investment, because you're going to have far less opportunity to wear them in the long run, and they will have limited spectrum of wear in your clothing ensembles. So stick to those dark colours, they're going to work. And if you ever find yourself in the sales time of year in a department store and you see that yellow pair of chinos for sale 75% off their original price, and you're tempted, just remember, the reason why they are 75% off the original price is because nobody wants to buy them. They are not very useful. Don't do it. Tip number 3 is, my friend here, the brown Brogue, because I believe it is without doubt the most versatile shoe that an intentionally well-dressed man can own, because this shoe crosses the spectrum of all the different types and styles of clothing that you are likely to wear. If you're a man who habitually just wears jeans or maybe chinos, the brown Brogue will be able to be worn under those circumstances. It has that capability of being worn informally. The broguing tends to reduce the formality. If you're in a semi-casual or semi-formal situation, I should say, perhaps where you're wearing a blazer like I am today and chinos, the brown Brogue, perfect fit, absolutely perfect, almost made for such a situation. However, if you're a person who very rarely ever wears a suit, and if it's a navy blue or any of the greys or a brown colour, the brown Brogue is the perfect shoe for you. So if you own one pair of dress shoes, make it the brown Brogue, because it's the shoe which is going to have you covered for the vast majority of situations. And let's be honest, it's also the most interesting to look at. Pick a nice medium brown, that way you're covered for everything. Now, my tip number 4 is invest in decent quality knitwear, because it will pay you off in the fullness of time, and it's going to look a lot better along the journey as well. Because for the most of my life, I used to wear cheap quality knitwear, all right? I would wear man-made fibers, acrylics. Acrylic is in essence a form of plastic. It's not good for the environment, it's not good for you as an individual. It doesn't perform anything like as well as natural materials. And by natural, I mean 100% wool. That's the knitwear that I buy today because it performs the best, it looks the best, and it keeps you so lovely and warm and corseted in its natural goodness. So don't buy these cheap man-made fibers because they appear to offer the best value for money. Rather than buying two inexpensive sweaters, save up and buy one good one. It will pay you off for sure in the fullness of time. It'll keep you nice and warm and you will look great as well. Now my next tip is to have at least 2 dress shirts in your wardrobe, because whether you're Mr. Casual or whether you just dress smartly occasionally, you will absolutely benefit from at least one white shirt and one, I would suggest, light blue shirt in your wardrobe, because those 2 dress shirts will pretty much sort you out for any situation that you find yourself going to, because you will need a structured shirt with a collar that you can wear a tie or wear with a suit at some point in your life. And those shirts, actually they can be worn quite easily with chinos or jeans. They are quite a versatile garment. They are not purely just for the most smartest ensembles of clothing that you will find yourself wearing. So one shirt in white, one shirt in light blue, and you will be covered for those situations where a little bit more formality will be required. Now my next tip is to invest in a navy blazer, because whether you're a super casual chap or somebody who likes to dress up smartly occasionally, the navy blazer is the sartorial insurance policy in your wardrobe, because that occasion will come where you get the invitation to go and join the Dalai Lama for a burger down in your local restaurant, and you think, what have I got to wear? I need to look that little bit smarter than just, simple shirt. Throw the navy blazer on and you're immediately elevated to the semi-formal level. And of course, it can be worn with such a variety of clothing. It's a true chameleon garment. You can wear it with jeans if you really want to. You can wear it with chinos. You can wear it with grey flannel slacks. You can wear it with any number of different shirts. And it will elevate your style way up there, several tiers, just by throwing on this blazer. Remember, and I think it's true, the navy blazer has been described as the little black dress for men, because it is so useful in so many aspects of your dressing situations. So invest in a navy blazer and you've got that insurance policy regardless of where those invitations come from. Now my tip number 7 is definitely have an eye for the accessories, because those little accessories can elevate your style. They can make the most boring and inexpensive item of clothing immediately appear more interesting and more stylish. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. What sort of accessories am I talking about? It's things like the pocket square, the tie, your watch, even things like your sunglasses, your briefcase, the valise that you carry your things around back and forth the gymnasium. These items, they seem innocuous in themselves, but actually they really elevate your overall package of style. Remember, the devil is in the detail when it comes to looking stylish and being an intentionally well-dressed man. So I've given you 7 tips, but I'm going to throw a bonus one in here because this is cheap and easy to achieve. And that is, wear cologne. For goodness sake, gentlemen, wear cologne. Because we know research tells us that 80% of men do not bother wearing cologne. And I believe that wearing some fragrance is just quite simply part of good grooming. Do not miss up the opportunity to make an olfactory positive first impression on the people that you meet. Remember, it's an overall package. It's not just about the way you look. It is about the way you act. It's about the way you smell as well. And remember, when you meet people, if you're emitting a beautiful, interesting fragrance, people will remember it. They will judge you in a positive light. Believe me, if you meet them and you smell a little musky or unpleasant, they'll definitely remember you. So why not make that first olfactory impression a positive one? And be one of the 20% of men who go to the effort of wearing a cologne. It will make a difference, and it doesn't need to cost much money. A cologne can cost as little as, I don't know, £5 from a discount store. Of course you can spend hundreds if you want, but there is no reason to do so. So make the difference, wear a cologne, make that positive first impression. So there we go, folks. Those were my 7 quick and simple style tips, with an extra bonus one added in there at the end. I hope you have found it of some use. I'm sure you've thought of some additional tips which I've left out, so please feel free to point them out to me in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you're not a member of the channel here, click the red button and subscribe. And if you want to positively assist me in the channel, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link to the Buy Me a Coffee page in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care of yourselves, look stylish, and I will see you again very soon.